I had nobody again to talk to, but the times now were even deeper than they ever were in my life.
This backwoods Barbie, he was tricking up money. She's in the passenger seat of my Rolls Royce Ferrari. Really? Really? And our son's in Miami. So I have to be calm on the phone with him.
I don't know what to do. Like, are you serious with this? This is really going down.
The Wendy Williams drama just doesn't seem to ever end. According to exclusive sources from the U.S. Sun, the judge overseeing Wendy's divorce mediation with her ex, Kevin Hunter Sr., dropped a bombshell during one of their sessions recently, saying Wendy has no more money.
9 miles from my house in Livingston, and they're living the high life.
The most recent mediation sessions centered around Kevin Hunter's quest to have his marital settlement payments reinstated. But things took a sharp turn when the judge bluntly declared the star's financial well had run dry. Shocking, right?
And I remained quiet for a good while just to let things settle.
Well, it gets even more bizarre. The payments that Kevin was entitled to were put on hold by Wells Fargo when they froze Wendy's accounts in January 2022. The sudden halt left Kevin scrambling to assert his rights in the divorce agreement, but it seems like he hit a roadblock.
Realizing how severe her health was. And when you're in a situation where you're busy trying to divide and conquer.
And the most baffling part is that despite the judge's astonishing claim, there was apparently no concrete evidence presented to back up the allegation that Wendy is flat broke. Kevin and his team had been repeatedly demanding access to Wendy's bank account records, but they claimed they were denied access time and again. The lack of transparency and the mystery surrounding Wendy's financial situation only added fuel to the drama. One insider, who had a front row seat during the divorce negotiations and early guardianship proceedings involving Wells Fargo in 2022, spilled even more jaw-dropping details. Apparently, Wendy's bank accounts showed substantial funds when the guardianship proceedings began, just before they were frozen by Wells Fargo. What on earth could have happened to all that money? Where did it all go? The source argues that it wasn't Wendy, but Wells Fargo who stopped the payments to Kevin, and the Guardian continued with the payment stoppage afterward. A financial advisor's decision stopping a court-ordered settlement sounds incredibly fishy, and that's exactly why many people have spoken up about how wrong it all is. This person tweeted, "Wendy Williams tried to move her money to a different bank, but Wells Fargo literally petitioned for financial guardianship by claiming she's an incapacitated person." This story is giving Jim Crow, misogyny, fascism, and capitalism all in one. Another person pointed out how quickly her patrons dumped her as soon as she started having personal issues. Wendy Williams is a wild example of how utterly disposable these celebs can become once they're no longer generating money for these companies. And this woman couldn't believe that nobody had stepped forward to protect Wendy or her money. I can't believe they took Wendy Williams' money like that. Where is her son? Lawyers? What is going on? Wells Fargo's and Wendy's team's control over her has naturally raised a lot of questions. Despite attempts to get answers from Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, things haven't really been cleared up. So you really have to wonder, how long before these people bleed Wendy dry? And while the divorce mediation may not have resolved anything for Kevin, it doesn't mean he's throwing in the towel. He's gearing up to file a motion for enforcement of litigants' rights in court, determined to fight for what he believes is rightfully his. Meanwhile, Wendy's personal life has been anything but smooth sailing. She has reportedly been undergoing treatment for severe alcoholism for over a month now. Her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., has expressed deep concerns for his mother's well-being, especially as she continues to work amid these struggles. Wells Fargo reportedly put Wendy under guardianship after freezing her accounts, owing to concerns that she was the victim of financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence, as reported by the U.S. Sun. Kevin stated, "It's been really sad what's been allowed to happen, and ever since the court hearings ended, something just has to be brought to light about what's going on and how much people are taking in this situation. In terms of who is there now, people have put other things in front of her actually healing and getting better, and unfortunately, unlike many other alcoholics, she is worth a lot more money." Kevin criticized Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, for her treatment of Wendy and her failure to keep the star's family in the loop. "I don't feel like Sabrina has done a great job at all. I think that based on her actions, I'd have to assume something is going on that she's not telling me. There's a lot of her pushing away of myself and everybody down here and saying that she's not going to give updates. She's really vague with updates. Kevin is adamant that his mother has no business working, should stop immediately, and should give her full attention to her health and recuperation. Kevin said, "I think that it's best for her to have to prioritize her health first. Nobody around her will tell her this, but she doesn't have to be working. She needs to take a break from trying to progress her career and just be proud of what she's accomplished." When asked if he had a plan in all of this, Wendy's son said, "The plan is that I am hoping and praying that the people who are up there in New York with her right now don't lead her down the path to where something can't happen to help her. If there was a way, or if there was a plan I could think of, I wouldn't be here doing this interview. I would be doing something that I could do." Kevin also noted that he believes there is something drastically wrong with Wendy's mental state right now, and he's not the only one. Nene Leakes opened up about her complicated friendship with Wendy Williams in a shocking chat with Carlos King on his Reality with the King podcast. The former Glee actress revealed that their relationship had its ups and downs, leaving her uncertain about where she stood with the former host of the Wendy Williams show. During the podcast, Leakes recalled a time when Wendy publicly referred to her as the girl over there, which left her feeling confused. She mentioned that she often called Wendy, but being one of her close friends on the inside, she understood that Wendy's remarks should be taken with a grain of salt, unlike how others might have taken them personally. Leakes then touched upon Wendy's current mental and physical health battles, Wendy saying that "I knew then that something was going on with her at this moment. She wouldn't say that in the other case. My friendship with Wendy was off and on a lot. I really liked her a lot. When she was fun, she was really fun." However, Nene also shared some challenges in their friendship. She recalled moments in New York when they hung out, had dinner and drinks, and had a great time together. But then, it would be like we were having a great time, and then I would turn on the TV and she would say something about me. So yeah, Wendy has definitely been through it, and she definitely doesn't seem to be in condition to be working, much less having her money stolen. Speaking of stolen money, if you've been wondering what Mr. Broke aka Kevin Hunter has been up to though, about 3 weeks ago, he decided to sell his fancy Florida home, which is worth a whopping $1.2 million. Apparently, this decision came after a judge turned down his request for continued alimony from Wendy. According to real estate records, Kevin's home is a pretty sweet deal. It's got 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a total of 3,425 square feet in the lovely Parkland, Florida. But here's the kicker. He's been sharing this pad with Sharina Hudson, the woman he got pregnant while he was still married to Wendy. Drama much? Back in 2020, after his divorce from Wendy was finalized, he moved to Florida with Sharina and bought this house for $795K. But now, just 3 years later, he's trying to sell it for $1.3 million. Talk about a real estate roller coaster. So why is he selling it, you ask? Well, remember that denied alimony request? Yeah, that's one reason. The judge didn't find it emergent, whatever that means, and dismissed his application without prejudice. Translation: no more alimony for Kevin, and it seems like the financial troubles didn't end there. Rumor has it that Kevin and Sharina actually broke up because of his money problems. Sources claim that Wendy was practically grinning ear to ear when she heard the news. Kevin Jr. also recently defended himself against accusations of spending $100,000 on his mom's American Express card. He claimed he used the money for his mom's treatment, but the internet loves to talk. In terms of what is and what isn't, when she was with me, none of these articles of her not looking well ever came out. When she got dragged back up there to New York City after the court hearings, that started happening. And from that perspective, something has gone wrong. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.